girls need less nurturing, less protection, less support.
Touching a black girl's hair. Don't do it. I get it. My hair does not look like yours. It's different from yours. It's not.
My immediate reactions to the videos are that girls, and often black girls, deal with the most daily struggles out of any group.
As a straight white man, I don't really think about that all the time, but I have friends who are black girls, and just to think about all the different struggles that they go through that like I would never go through is really saddening to me.
I struggle a lot with people interpreting me as more aggressive and off-putting than I actually am. Whenever people first meet me or like see me from a distance, they always assume that I'm like a bitch, which partially has to do with the fact because I'm black.
I've realized that after watching these videos, there's a lot that we need to acknowledge. Like, people will often look at, like what we saw in the first video, some of them will end up having kids when they're like early teenagers, and even then people will just expect them to just shrug it off and keep going as life goes on. But we need to realize that they need to be nurtured just like everybody else.
In the video, I talked a lot about how just like black people in general are perceived, like based off of stereotypes, are perceived as being less innocent than white people. And I think that stereotype is what causes them to be treated a lot differently, which is really unjust.
A lot of times, a lot of people who are employing black women tend to focus on their hair, their body language, their bodies, their nails. They don't necessarily look past that. And a lot of times, like people, like even my mom will always have to tell me and my sister that like, when you go out for job interviews, always be aware of how you're dressed because some people can't look past that.
Your name, like something as simple as your name, like Sharifa, like so many people who do hiring for jobs and like look for people to interview will look at a black sounding name and automatically throw it out.
I think we have to reclaim it first by seeing it visible to us, so that means authentic, transparent representation of other black girls, being comfortable in their skin and claiming their femininity and masculinity that's so demonized by the rest of the world. I don't think so. I think we spend a lot of our adult life reclaiming the could-haves and would-have-beens if we were afforded the same opportunities that a lot of other children were. But I think a lot of time black girls are forced to be black women first, and so childhoods are kind of taken away. So I don't think we can reclaim anything as black girls, or I think there probably have been cases where some black girls have, but I think it's really slim if you look at it statistically.
If you have the proper guidance and the proper like role models and support, yes, but it's so difficult because as a child your mind is so susceptible to like anything, and it's so easy to be convinced about something, especially when you're getting all these like mixed images and like feelings from media, your peers, school, like the teachers that you go to. Like it's so easy to fall into that, and not a lot of children have that like strength in themselves. Like how could you as a child? You're a child, like you don't know anything.